Well, Peter, first of all, welcome to Walsall Football Club. Just talk us through how the move came about for yourself.
Thank you. Initially, spoke to the manager, and we had a brief spell playing together many moons ago. We've always kept in touch and I suppose respected each other's careers from afar. Like I say, I had a call from the manager asking about my availability, and having spoken to him and how passionate and enthusiastic he was about, one, bringing me into the club, and secondly about what he wants to do and how he wants to move the club and the team forward. It was something that really appealed to myself.
Yeah, you seem like the type of person who's going to get on with him well, similar age, I'm going to admit there, but it's one of those things where if you instantly connect with the manager and you've got a previous relationship with him, that those things do become even more attractive to you.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, with us knowing each other, from way back when, there's an initial respect. There's an initial knowledge of each other's capabilities and what we are probably about as a player, as a manager, but also about as a person, probably more importantly. So, like I say, the initial conversation was not a long one, but I think we both realised that we were thinking very much alike and wanted to make the move happen as quickly and as smoothly as we possibly could.
Yeah, when you are reading along those same lines, when you are singing off the same hymn sheet, as to say, things then can fall into line pretty quickly, can't they?
Yeah, I think so. Like you say, when you have similar ideas and similar standards about the way things should be done and how I suppose the game should be played as well, you realise that what you do and how you work is very similar, and it all becomes second nature, and I'd like to think that is only going to benefit Walsall Football Club moving forwards. As
a player, like I mentioned, you're now 40, and outfield players, that's quite a grand old age in football, but take nothing away from that, you've played 98 consecutive league games for your previous club, Tranmere, a feat reached by no outfield player last season to play every minute as well. You were in the team of the year, and age doesn't seem to be stopping you at this moment in time.
No. People, to me, my age is not an issue. To lots of other people, maybe it is, but I love being out there. I feel good. I look after myself. When younger players or other players ask about how you do it, to my way of thinking, it was all I ever wanted to do as a kid, be a footballer. So certainly the older you get or the more experience you get, you have to take care of your body, and like I say, everything's just become a habit and a way of life. So I do everything I possibly can do to make sure I'm in the best shape I possibly can be to be available for selection as often as is possible.
And over your pretty impressive career, I think we were just saying you're approaching 900 career appearances in all competitions. I think it's 879. 71 goals in that time as well. I believe you certainly got an eye for it, and that'll be something that you'll be looking to continue next year here at Walsall.
Yeah, like you say, I've not done too badly in terms of a goal return for a centre back. I enjoy scoring goals. I enjoy keeping them out at the other end, making sure we maintain clean sheets. But I think for any team that's going to be successful, you can't rely on one individual for all of the goals. You've got to get goals from around the team. Yes, your strikers are probably the main source, but you need some from wide players and midfield players, and certainly if your back players can chip in with goals as well, then it adds a different sort of threat to to the makeup of the team. So from my point of view, yes, I'll be aiming to get on the score sheet. It might not be as regular as some other players, but as often as is possible would be wonderful.
And for yourself as a player now, do you look at the season ahead thinking I've got my own aims and ambitions, or do you look as a collective one as to what you want to achieve as part of the group?
I think any individual has aims. Mine are for the collective, of course, but I think every player needs their own motivation and their own aims and their own targets, and I have them. At the beginning of every season, they're exactly the same, and like I just said, it was to be as fit as I possibly can be, and to be available for selection as often as I can be, and I've selected to give my everything for the team and the greater good, and ultimately, if we're all successful as a group, then that transpires down into each and every individual as well.
You've played here on a number of occasions as well as an opposition player, and you've often played with players who've also played here previously as well, just to go with the likes of, let's say, Andy Cook, Kieran Morris, who's currently still at Tranmere. Were there any conversations with those guys ahead of moving to the Poundland Bescott Stadium?
Obviously, as you say, I've played with certain individuals that have been here, and I spoke to one or two former players, and they spoke very highly of the club, and that was something that certainly appealed to me. They said, there's great support, a good fan base, and the people of the town really care about the club and the club being successful. And I think for any football club, it's imperative that everyone's pulling in the same direction. Firstly, the supporters, the players, the staff of the club, and if everyone's pulling in the same direction, singing off the same hymn sheet as such, then it gives everyone the best possible chance of succeeding and progressing.